Welcome back to CrossCode. Hi all, it's Skyloto here. Last time, we traversed Newcomer's Bridge and the Rhombus Dungeon, unlocking abilities along the way. We also met a competitive Pentafist named Emilie, as well as a rival Spheromancer who accused us of cheating. This time, we'll join Emilie en route to Rookie Harbor, the first town in CrossWorlds open to new players. To get there, we'll need to take this teleporter over here to Cross Central. Landmark discovered, Cross Central. Alright, this way. So you can see here that there's lots of different areas that we can reach from here, but if we try to go through some of these others, we'll see an access denied symbol, and we'll get sent back, so the only way forward is Rookie Harbor. Harbor teleporter. Fantastic! Right at the sea, just like they said. The city should be right up ahead. Go, go! Hey, over here. Look at all these old-style buildings. It's like we were in some kind of medieval fantasy world, no? So, right now I'm waiting here to meet a friend. But I haven't seen him so far. There are just so many people here. Oh! Soccer Blue, was that really necessary? Yes, very necessary. I see you brought a friend. Oh, that's Leah. I met her during the tutorial. Hi. And this Dark Lord Meanie here is Lucas, also known as Schneider. Nice to meet you, Leah. So you finally reached the croissant. Having fun so far? Oui, enormement. Oh wait, croissant? The mainland. You'll get the idea once you see the map. Anyway, this is Rookie Harbor. It's known for incoming shipments of rookies like you. It's also a fairly big place, which tends to be confusing for said rookies. So I thought I'd give you a small tour. Très bien, lead the way. First, the info building. If you really want to dig into all the details of CrossWorlds, this is your place. Combat arts, skills, all the stats from A to Z, you name it. Oh, that's the nerd hub, right? Yeah, people call it that. Frankly, it's a good thing to know about all that stuff. But it's not mandatory. It's just a place to go back to whenever you're confused about something. Let's move on. And by the way, Emilienator? Nice one. I know, what's Schneider supposed to mean? I'm a tri-blader. I cut things. What? Not worth explaining. Aww. Alright, next stop, the town center. Oh, is that a market over there? Yep. You'll find most of the traders around here. Well, they're all over the place, to be frank. Those traders offer pretty good equipment. The catch? You first need to collect all the required trade items in the wild. It takes time, but it's worth it. Further up is another important building. This way. Oh, landmark discovered. Rhombus Fountain. See that building up there? That's the Seeker Hub, or Quest Hub. Surprise, you'll find a lot of quests there. Just like in many other places in town and elsewhere. All those quests are optional, but the rewards usually make it worthwhile. Hey Leah, you still with us? Wee, she's a quiet one. But she was really fast at the tutorial, almost beat me to it. Well, like they say, still waters run deep, right? Wee. What about that main quest? They kept talking about the Track of the Ancients. Oh right, I almost forgot about that. You'll have to enter the quest hub anyway. There's a mandatory introduction for all new players. They'll explain all about it there. I suggest you go in right away and just get it over with. I'll just wait here. D'accord, let's go, Leah. Alright, into the Seeker Hub. Whoa, such a crowded place. All new recruits, please go to the upper floor for the introductory briefing. Will do. Mon Dieu, look at this. Welcome to Operation Trackwalker, recruit. Leah's just like, what the hell's going on? This briefing serves as an introduction to the history of this place and the nature of our cause. We're currently located on the natural satellite Shadoon. This place was once inhabited by intelligent lifeforms that we refer to as the Ancients. While the Ancients ceased to exist a long time ago, they left behind a technological heritage to behold. The Track of the Ancients. So that's the mainland, and it does look a bit like a croissant. Originally, it served as an assessment of social standing within the Ancients' culture. It is a technological marvel, highly advanced and self-sufficient system that remains intact to this day. It wasn't long after humankind arrived on Shadoon that we realized its value. Thus, we initiated Operation Trackwalker. We augmented the track so that humanity might walk it as well. And that is where you come in, new recruit. Together with the other Seekers, you will start the journey along the Track of the Ancients. Your path will be paved with obstacles, but every step you take will further our cause, discovering the secrets of the Ancients. Your main task will be the collection of 4 elements: heat, cold, shock, and wave. Beginning with the element heat, your first destination will be the village of Bergen. To reach it, you need to pass the western barrier of Rookie Harbor. I will now give you your first shade to grant you passage to the west. Green leaf shade obtained. Finally, I will give you the Disc of Insight. This device will record all of the knowledge you encounter on your journey. Disc of Insight obtained. That is all. Good luck, and stay vigilant. Wow, now that was funky. Suddenly I was in the middle of space and this old geezer kept talking to me. Same for you? I suppose they wanted to pep up the boring introduction, no? Oui, Track of the Ancients it is. Let's go back. Lucas is waiting. By the way, Leah, I took the liberty of adding a few more entries to your encyclopedia. For example, all past events and people we have met so far. And a few insights on the technology, of course. What? I just like to organize things. Encyclopedia, statistics, and monster fibula unlocked. So, if we actually check that out real quick here, let's open up the character menu, and now we'll see that we have a records tab, newly created. As you can see, the records menu has its own tabs, some of which we haven't unlocked yet. For now, though, let's explore the ones we do. The map we can already access via the quick menu, so there's no real need to go into that. Trophies are like achievements and persist across different saves, so if I open that up, you would see some stuff that's been completed that I haven't completed on this save. They don't have a huge bearing on the gameplay, but occasionally there will be unique trophies that can only be obtained in specific ways, so when they become relevant, I'll discuss them. Statistics are self-explanatory, but they're limited to your current save, unlike trophies. We won't really need to examine them for this playthrough, but it's worth mentioning that it tracks completion of things like items, equipment, areas, and chests, so you can check back here see if you're missing anything. And just to look at some of the progress that you've made in the game. This just leaves us with the monster fibula and the encyclopedia. The monster fibula is like a bestiary containing a list of every enemy you've fought in the game. We'll cover that more in a future episode, so for now, let's just discuss the encyclopedia. Here you'll find the entries are divided into story, people, CrossWorlds, and general. The story tab contains summaries of all the plot events so far. So if you take a break from the game, or you can't remember something that has happened earlier, it's a great way to catch yourself up on what's been happening. The People tab contains, as you guessed, entries on the various people we met. There's not much to say about these, but I'll make sure to showcase them at the end of a future episode, since they're a little interesting to read. The entries in the CrossWorlds tab focus on the fictional setting of CrossWorlds, the MMO that we're currently playing. This is the biggest section of the encyclopedia, as it contains all of the lore and world building for the game. When we learn something new about CrossWorlds or Operation Trackwalker or whatever, it'll be added here. And to demonstrate this, I want to exit this menu and go over here. Let's talk to this NPC. In this room, you can read more about the history of Shadoon and Operation Trackwalker. Alright, so we've got a bunch of signs here. Let's go and read this one. The Ancients. The Ancients were a highly advanced humanoid society which lived on Shadoon approximately 10,000 years ago. For unknown reasons, they left this planet. Only a few native tribes remained. The descendants of these tribes are known to us as the Shad. So we can see in the corner here, we've seen an Ancients and Shad entries unlocked in the encyclopedia. So since these entries mostly reiterate and expand upon what we just learned, I'll wait to showcase them until a later episode. For now though, let's just examine the rest of the signs in this room and learn a bit more about Operation Trackwalker. The Track of the Ancients is a lengthy trial of agility, intelligence, and strength, which played a large role in the ancient society. It is a self-sufficient system in which a challenger selects one of the 5 virtues to collect 4 distinct elements. Even now, after 10,000 years, the system is still intact and active. Every seeker must collect the 4 elements, which are scattered all throughout Shadoon. Each one of them gives the seeker control over a specific elemental domain. These elements are heat, cold, shock, and wave. This enumeration also reflects the order in which the elements are usually collected. The 5 virtues mirror the foundation on which the Ancients' culture was built. Before a participant can begin the Track of the Ancients, they must first choose a virtue as part of their class. Triangle, the virtue of strength, usually associated with the element heat. Square, the virtue of endurance, usually associated with the element cold. Pentagon, the virtue of agility, usually associated with the element shock. Hexagon, the virtue of wisdom, usually associated with the element wave. Circle, the virtue of balance. This virtue is not specifically associated with any elements, and instead opts to balance each element. Obtaining each element in turn is the only way, as far as we know, of unlocking the mystery of the Ancients. Humankind found the planet Shadoon 30 years ago. At first, we tried to harvest the planet for its precious resources. We built mines, uncovered ruins, and drilled into the ground. Yeah, typical human stuff. While doing so, we also destroyed part of the Track of the Ancients. This activated the self-defense program of the self-sufficient system that keeps the track intact. After this, it became almost impossible to harvest any more resources, as the track itself fought back. We became aware of the finesse in which this system was built. The goal of Operation Trackwalker is to research the ancient technology instead of destroying it. We began to look for ways to be part of the track itself, to have humans participate. To our surprise, integrating ourselves into the system was easy. We were even able to augment the track to make it possible for humans, or seekers as we now call them, to choose one of the 5 virtues and collect the 4 elements. What happens when all 4 elements are collected and brought to the center temple in Shadoon is still unknown to us. Even after 10 years of Operation Trackwalker, not a single seeker has managed to overcome the final challenge. All we can guess is that the Ancients left their vast knowledge base for their descendants to find, as some legends and artifacts we've uncovered seem to indicate. Rhombus Square is the capital of humankind on Shadoon. Seekers start their journey in a custom course simulating challenges on the Ancients' track. However, in order for a seeker to gain access to the city, they must first collect all 4 elements from the Track of the Ancients. Wow, so that was quite an info dump. But before we move on, I want to return to the encyclopedia real quick. I know, bear with me, because there's one tab we haven't discussed. And I really hope that you stick around for this because, believe me, this might be the most important tab of all. The General tab contains information about the real world that Sergi added in for us. So compared to the CrossWorlds tab, which covers the fictional setting written by the developers of CrossWorlds, the General tab covers the universe that Leah, Sergi, Carla, and CrossWorlds itself all exist in. Because of that, I'm going to highlight these entries at the end of this episode since they contain a lot of new information. And if you ever get confused about what's real and what's fake in this game, remember that the things in the General tab are real, while pretty much everything in the CrossWorlds tab is fictional. So, with that out of the way, I think it's time to go back and meet up with Emilie and Lucas to continue the tour. We've taken quite a bit of time in here just reading up on a bunch of lore. Come on, I want to go. Hush, I almost got it. I already said that 5 minutes ago. Blame that messed up search interface. Oh. You look confused, Seeker. What you see here is the bulletin board. You can use it to see open quests in this area. If you want to know more about quests, I suggest you talk to my fellow advisors at the counter over there. Alright, well that's nice, but we've got some other stuff to do right now, so let's catch it up with the other two. So how was it, Leah? Enjoyed being in space? Well, now you should understand your task, being part of Trackwalker and all. Let's go to the west now. By the way, Leah, Spheromancer? That's surprising. They're pretty unpopular. Don't ask me why. They're fine balance-wise. What about Pentafist? They're awesome, right? Yep, and I couldn't imagine you in any other class. Finally, this is the western part of the town. In this shop here, you can buy consumable items. Further down, you'll find an armory with basic equipment. And when you continue to the west from here, you'll enter Autumn's Rise. You'll find a lot of enemies along the way. Be careful not to take on too many hedgehogs at once, or those guys will eat you for breakfast. Anyway, just follow that way to get to Bergen. By the way, do you two want to form a party? Hey, that would be great, right, Leah? And you, Lucas? Will you travel with us too? I unfortunately have to leave you soon. Already? Trust me, it's not that fun to travel around with a high-level friend. Unless you don't care for the challenge. You could watch us take on those hedgehogs. Yep, that totally sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? No, really, I have to head back to the guild. There is just too much stuff going on right now. The crap will be steaming if I'm gone for too long. I see. Monzir is just too important for us rookies. Oh, please don't be that way. You can set up a direct link if something comes up, alright? Let's meet again once you reach Bergen Village. Come on, Leah. Let's do some leveling until we're worth the Dark Lord's attention. Oh, Ying. See you soon, Emilie. And you too, Leah. Hi. Huh? Oh well. Ciao, ciao. Alright, party time! So, where is the option? Ah, oui! Emilie joined your party. Voila! We just formed a party. Alright, let's head to Autumn's Rise. Or maybe look for quests in town? I'll let you decide, Leah. This is so exciting! Alright, direct link unlocked, and as you can see now, she's in our party and following us along, which is really nice. So that's it for the tour, and I think we should end this episode here. This might be a little bit shorter than before, but we've still got those encyclopedia entries to showcase at the end here, and there's a lot of info dump this episode, so I don't want to make things too long here. So next time with Emilie and her party, we'll properly explore Rookie Harbor on our own, and maybe pick up some quests along the way. See you then.